Have you ever wondered where babies come from? Well, it's a fascinating journey that begins in the most intimate moments. A journey that starts with two very special cells, one from a woman and one from a man. Each of these cells carries a unique set of genetic material, half of what's needed to make a new human being. The woman's cell, known as an egg, is released from her ovaries once a month during a process called ovulation. On the other hand, the man's cell, or sperm, is produced in his testicles and is released during ejaculation. When these two cells meet, usually in the woman's fallopian tube, they merge, sharing their genetic material to create a new cell. This new cell, now carrying a complete set of human DNA, is the beginning of a new life. So it all starts with two cells that meet and combine their genetic material to create something entirely new. After the union of the two cells, a process called fertilization, an amazing transformation begins. Picture a tiny speck, no larger than a grain of sand, yet it contains the blueprint for a new person. As this fertilized egg, or zygote, makes its journey down the fallopian tube, it begins to divide and multiply, creating more cells. Around 5 days after fertilization, this collection of cells, now called a blastocyst, reaches its destination, the uterus. Here, it burrows into the uterine wall, a process known as implantation. This is the embryo's new home for the next 9 months. In the meantime, the cells continue to divide and specialize, forming the different parts of the embryo. Some become the heart, others the brain, and so on. Each cell has a specific job, working in harmony to create a new life. This tiny cluster of cells, now called an embryo, will soon start to take shape and form what we recognize as a baby. As weeks pass, the embryo begins to develop distinct features and organs. A fascinating journey of growth unfolds inside the womb. Imagine within the first 6 weeks, the embryo's heart forms and starts to beat. By the end of the second month, the brain, spinal cord, and other vital organs have begun to take shape. Meanwhile, the mother's body is also evolving, accommodating this new life. Her belly begins to show a gentle swell, a beautiful testament to the miracle taking place within. Her body works round the clock, providing nourishment and protection to the budding life inside. The baby's senses start to develop around the 4th month. The tiny ears start to hear, the miniature eyes begin to perceive light, and the little hands and feet start to explore the womb. This incredible journey of growth continues, each day bringing the baby closer to being ready for the world outside. In the span of just a few months, this tiny embryo transforms into a fully formed baby, ready to meet the world. After approximately 9 months of growth and development, the baby is ready to be born. The anticipation brims and the waiting game begins. When the baby signals that it's ready, labor commences. This is a process that can last anywhere from a few hours to a few days. The mother's body undergoes a series of changes, preparing to bring the baby into the world. The muscles of the uterus contract, helping to push the baby down the birth canal. This is a demanding and intense process, but one that is also filled with awe and excitement. Every contraction, every breath, brings the baby closer to its first moments outside the womb. When the baby finally emerges, it takes its first breath. Filling its lungs with air for the first time, the child's cry rings out, a testament to its arrival. It's a moment that's both powerful and poignant. And just like that, a new life begins. From 2 tiny cells to a beautiful baby, the journey is truly a miracle.